Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Smash for Wednesday, September 28th, 2022. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
Of course, this program, this broadcast, it's not really a broadcast. This show is brought to you by Cristiano Tequila. It's purity, passion, and promise in every bottle. You can find it at el-cristiano.com. We love our El Cristiano, but we're not drinking tonight.
No, we're not drinking for a month. Oh, yeah, not a month because the 29th.
Sober October, how about that?
Yeah.
We had a fascinating interview today with Jazz Mather, who's the founder and CEO of Limitless X. We went to his home in Bel Air. It took us as long to get there from the desert as it did from LA down here to Newport Beach.
4 hours
of driving today, yeah. If you don't know about Jazz Mather, he made and lost fortunes a couple of times.
Yeah.
And now he is absolutely thriving with this health and wellness company.
Yeah, he has. How many millions of dollars do you think he has in cars? Well, one car was worth $4 million.
He had a Bugatti. He said was $4.5. He had a Ferrari that was $4.5. Another Ferrari that was $4.
He has a plane.
He had a couple of Rolls Royces out in the driveway, and a vintage Camaro and a Shelby GT500. I mean, the guy is ridiculously low.
And he lives in Bel Air, right next to some famous guy. I don't know who that is.
Dan Lazarian's former house. This guy lives right next to him.
And that Dan Lazarian's house looked like a hotel.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
But Jazz has some really interesting life lessons to share, and we wanted to share a clip with you. We're going to run this interview next week on our Patreon podcast.
I like anybody who started from zero, and I always want to hear their stories. I think you can learn a lot from people who are successful. I know I want to be successful, so I want to get as much knowledge of like how they did it. Yeah. And I think all of you out there, I mean, it seems like all of my fans are intellectually curious and very smart because they all schooled me on Florida.
Well, wait, let's show them a clip, and then we're going to get to that in a second. Here's a clip from our interview.
First lesson, be patient. So I used to always be impulsive and be patient. I wanted everything tomorrow, today, right now, right? And then why do we have to wait X amount of time for things to happen? So today I'm very patient because I understand the process and I know everything takes time. And the longer something takes, the more strength it's built with and developed with, right?
So if you want to see the full interview, you have to subscribe to our Rick and Kelly show on patreon.com or sign up on Apple or Spotify for the audio versions of that show. It's a subscription base, but you'll get the full interview plus 58 episodes of our Rick and Kelly show, and we have new content every week. And I think everyone can learn from this guy.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. And his supplements and everything, he said he has a chemist that helps him, and he's like, I really want you to try it first, and I really want you to tell me what you think. So
we're gonna do
he gave me a whole bunch of supplements, and you guys know I'm on this health kick, so I am going to try them and see if they work.
We're going to do a special Kelly's Favorite Things tonight because we got this package in the mail from one of our patrons on Patreon. Sent us a gift. And they said, hello,
how nice.
Hello, Rick and Kelly. Love your show. I've been watching since episode 1. Kelly, I'm so glad you found a way to be heard. This whole cancel culture is scary. You and Rick are helping to end all of that. Thank you. I wanted to share one of my favorite things with you both. Love. Is it Maria?
Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Maria. That is so sweet.
What did she share with us?
So she got me this thing called Spongeli.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Spongel?
Spongel?
Body wash infused buffer. This is blackberry.
So it's an all-in-one beauty treatment, autumn bloom, body wash infused buffer, and it cleanses, it exfoliates, it massages, and it nourishes. Time is it?
I think one's for me, one's for you.
No, they're both for me.
No, she said one for each of us.
So let me see those glasses.
It says you and Rick.
What does it say? I need those glasses.
I want to share one of my favorite things with you both.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. What does it say right there? I can't.
That says.
I need glasses.
Directions. Place sponge under water. Squeeze. Blah blah blah.
Let me open it.
Squeeze to absorb. Massage in a circular motion to cleanse skin. Squeeze out excess water after each use. It's a body wash and buffer, dermatologist tested,
Ooh.
cleanses, exfoliates, hydrates, and massages.
Wow, this smells good.
Oh yeah, this is the blackberry one.
Thank you, Maria, for the kind note. Aw,
Oh yeah, smell that one.
that's mine. They're both mine.
You can have them both. I mean, seriously.
I like to smell good.
You do smell good.
According to,
Despite what someone else said.
yeah, I smell like, that's hilarious.
Also, if you haven't subscribed yet here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Come on. Get us to 30K, and then to 50K, and then 100K. All right? I was going to get to the news real quick tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Because Hurricane Ian is barreling towards Florida.
Can I tell you just what happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I just got a phone call from my friend Asia and Ted. They own Fletcher Jones. They're billionaires. They went to Savannah because they're getting a new Gulfstream, a new plane, a private plane.
Oh.
And so she had to go there to redo the plane how she wants it.
Yeah.
And so, because Gulfstream is in Savannah, and it was funny because our friend Kylie is one of our patrons. Her son works for Gulfstream. Anyway, they also have a house in Fort Lauderdale.
Right.
And their pilot said, "No way are we flying in Florida. We're going back to Newport Beach." So I get to have lunch with her tomorrow.
Oh.
We are going to the USC game with her
On
Saturday with Heather McDonald and Jeff Lewis.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like like an owner's loge.
Yeah, it's like the big time skybox.
Yeah.
At the stadium.
Yeah.
At the Trojan Stadium.
So I went to ASU and they went to USC, so it's going to be fun.
Can't wait. So remember I was saying about the hurricane, like it looked like one of those storms that starts out kind of small and then just over a couple of days just gets huge.
Right.
That's exactly what's happening. This thing is 500 miles wide, and they're saying it'll be a powerful Cat 4, I believe, when it hits. Could strengthen to a Category 4 storm with winds of more than 130 miles per hour when it hits.
Wow.
It was on a collision course with Tampa. And this is in the New York Times. More than 2.5 million residents are under evacuation orders or advisories in parts of coastal Florida. The airports in the Tampa area closed on Tuesday, and others are announcing a number of flight cancellations. Forecasters have projected landfall for the storm's eye to early Wednesday afternoon. They said it could strengthen to a Cat 4. It's no longer expected to hit right into Tampa, but south of Tampa. Near Port Charlotte, just south of Sarasota, which is good news for Tampa because that place is very vulnerable. Mm-hmm. One of the most vulnerable places in America, in fact.
Oh wait, this is Julie, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, I'm doing my smash. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi, Mommy.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick me up at 8 because Nick's here.
Nick-
He's visiting me.
Nick who?
Habib.
Oh, okay. All right.
Say hi for us.
All right. He's taking you home?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, now I can spend more time with my smash peeps. All right.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
The last major hurricane to hit the Tampa area was in 1921.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been 100 years.
Wow.
And Florida gets hit all the time. But Tampa has gotten really, really lucky, and this looked like it was going to be their storm.
Wow.
The 1921 storm was so powerful it wrecked coastal structures for miles. I mean, that's what storms do when they hit. A report from Karen Clark and Company, a catastrophe modeling firm based in Boston, called Tampa Bay the most vulnerable place in the United States for hurricane storm surge, pegging possible losses from such flooding at $175 billion.
Oh my Lord. My friends live in St. Pete.
Yeah, that's right there.
Wow, I got to call them.
It's a very low-lying area. The Bay, it's very susceptible, but they've been very lucky, and they might do okay here. Even Orlando, though, on the other side of the state, is really worried that they could get Cat 1 winds and a significant storm, a lot of rain, like 2 feet of rain in a matter of a day or two.
Okay, you guys out there crack me up. You guys schooled me on how you guys don't have basements in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it, but you know what? I also lived in San Francisco where it had it was reclaimed land, and they had basements because they did some kind of engineering.
Yeah.
I lived in Hong Kong where there was tons of things. There was there's rains, there's typhoons, there's low levels. They have tube stations that go from one end to Kowloon to main. I mean, there's
Yeah.
it's like I always thought there was engineers that could figure that out, but apparently in Florida they don't do that
Yeah,
because
they
they
don't
said
really
you're going to drown. Sorry. Thank you for
But this is why one of the reasons I love you so much.
I don't know. I'm from the West Coast.
You're adorable. I have a pickleball story, but I wanted to get to your crime wave, your San Francisco story. Do you have that handy or no?
What?
The San Francisco, the guy. Who
Oh,
got
I'll get
robbed.
it right now. But so my mom just came. My mom's here, and we just watched this film called A Picture of the Girl.
Picture, the girl in the picture.
The Girl in the Picture. It has to probably be the saddest,
It's one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen.
disturbing, probably documentary I've ever seen.
It's horrible. I mean, it's horrific. It just goes on and it gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh yeah, and it's on Netflix. And
But it's a mystery and it's it's incredible how they eventually solve most of it. But wow, it's just
it's just really sickening that there are people like that on Earth. It's like there's a devil, like Satan is on this earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're looking for that, I'll do our next story. Oh, I forgot to do the in the news thing. In the news.
In the news.
There it is. There's a pickleball controversy in New York City.
Oh my God, tell me.
Parents of little kids who play on the playgrounds are furious because pickleball players are overtaking the playgrounds in New York City and making their own courts.
They're making their own lines?
The parents of the kids say about the pickleball players, they're the lantern flies of the sports world. The father of one of the children playing started screaming at the pickleball players and threatening to call the police. Leave, he yelled repeatedly. They're butting heads over who can use the space. Because New York City is, it's compact, and
Right.
there's only so many playgrounds and only so many places where you could set up a pickleball court.
You can't put it in your backyard?
There are no backyards, and if there is a backyard, it's this big.
Yeah.
So
A postage stamp?
apparently, there's a big fight going on there. You know where there's not a fight over a pickleball court?
Where?
In our backyard.
Yes, there is.
Oh yeah, there is. That's true.
Yes, there
There's a fight
is.
with the city.
We're fighting with the city.
Yeah, but it's not really a fight.
No,
It's a
not fighting with the city.
negotiation.
We're fighting with the neighbors that
It's a
squealed on us
negotiation.
because there's a whole bunch of other pickleball courts in there that aren't.
Let's not get too deep into that because
No, we're not. Like it's just we're trying to do things the right way. We thought we were doing things the right way.
Yeah. Well,
Listen,
we
we're not
will.
here to screw things up. But anyway, my girlfriends from San Francisco came into town, and sorry, I can't. I was watching that movie with my mother, and it was like crazy. So when I lived in San Francisco, it just started to get really bad.
crime wise.
Like just the homeless started getting out of control. Crimes. I remember moving there. My girlfriend had a Hummer, the Russian. So they escaped communism to move to San Francisco, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's coming back!" Like we fled. So anyway, communism, and now it's like so. Anyway, to get long story longer. We were talking about how she's like, it's I can't even go into my business. There's tweakers outside. I can't even get in. And now she's like, they're angry. It's scary. She's like, and I'm like, I used to walk home because I lived in Russian Hill from the marina all the way up at night, and I always felt safe. Not anymore. And I was, so we just started talking. She just forwarded me this article, and it was from Newsbreak. Yeah, you can read it because
You're losing your voice.
I'm losing my voice and I can't see right now.
It says Prologis CEO, so the CEO of a company, got mugged at gunpoint outside his home in San Francisco. Hamid Moghadam, the CEO of Prologis, a major real estate investment firm, was confronted by two armed robbers who flashed guns, stole his Patek Philippe watch outside his $15 million Pacific Heights home.
She told me this was going on, like L.A.
He wrote a letter to officials after he was mugged. I am writing to you today, as I am sure only the latest San Francisco citizen and business owner, to ask for your immediate attention and action around crime in our city. Sunday evening, I was held up at gunpoint and robbed outside my home. I recognize we live in an urban environment, but the level of crime, including violent behavior, has become absolutely unacceptable. Obviously, the majority of voters feel this way, which is why they voted to recall our district attorney earlier this month. I run one of the highest market cap companies in the city, which I founded here 40 years ago. Over the years, I've invested in this city and recruited talent to move here to work in our global headquarters at Pier 1. 10 years ago, we acquired a larger company that was headquartered in Denver, but I insisted we keep our headquarters here in San Francisco. Today, I am not sure I would make the same decision.
All the makers are leaving California, and it's all the takers. Go ahead. Tell them about the taxes.
It is now difficult for me to tell potential candidates that they should move to San Francisco. We pay some of the highest taxes, local and state, in the nation, yet we have no sense of security. Protecting public safety should be the government's top priority. That is the foundation to a successful city. Only in a community where people feel safe, feel that they and their families are safe, will jobs and culture flourish. I am deeply concerned that our city may be so far down the path toward decline that we may never recover, or at least not for a long, long time. And it goes on from there, but the message is clear, and this is being repeated in cities across America, and it's something that we talked about a year ago.
Right.
On this show.
Well,
if you don't enforce the laws, if you allow criminals to commit petty crimes, they escalate to more major crimes, and things will get out of control, and they have.
They have. It's just the whole tax thing, too. You should have stayed in Denver. Even though Denver's still very liberal,
Yeah.
At least that you feel safe there,
Well, it comes down to,
I like Denver, actually.
Denver's beautiful.
Yeah, I was just there. We were just there. I told Julie. Julie's like, I like it. Julie loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you have to enforce the law. And if you don't enforce the law, people realize they can get away with stuff. They're going to get away with They're going to do more.
Right.
It's pretty simple. And so I hope that they figure that out quick, because people are suffering.
I just don't understand how people vote for this. How do people vote for this? Like, I don't understand how they think defunding the police, taxing the crap out of you, taxing you so bad that you want to move to somewhere like Texas or Florida or Las Vegas so you can try to get ahead.
The whole defund thing was, think about who was calling for defunding the police.
Your daughter?
And then think about who was saying, yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because it served their purposes. But they weren't thinking about the impact or the actual
consequences.
Consequences of that action. Like, you take away money from the police, you make them scared to do their jobs, you scare them to stay in their cars, and mayhem ensues.
Yeah.
That's what we're seeing.
Right. And people allow this. I just don't understand it. I just don't.
It's really sad.
It's sad that my girlfriend feels so unsafe in San Francisco. And it's the most beautiful, beautiful city, I think, in our country. Like
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's just like,
But it's like downtown LA. You drive around, you're like, oh my God, how could they let it get like this?
How could they let it get like this?
So bad.
How? Okay.
That's our smash for today.
Sorry.
I don't want to leave on a down note, but she's got to get some rest.
I am exhausted. I'm getting sick, so.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe here and check out our show on patreon.com, also available on Apple and Spotify. We really appreciate your support very much.
Thank you guys so much for your support. And, keep those going because, I just only go by what I've experienced. And when you tell me that Florida's below sea level, it's so funny. I love you guys. So thank you.